Cool. So I'm joined here by Alberto Dorigoni from Italy and Ben James from New Zealand here at the conference, but they've actually been here for the Future Orchards Walks the last couple of weeks. And we've been talking about multi-litre systems for Alberto and about building the team in the apple orchard or the pear orchard or any orchard with Ben James. So just a question to Alberto here. You've been talking about multi-litre trees. What are the real benefits of moving to that structure in the orchard?
Well, my guess is that with multi-litre, you have more uniformity in the apple exposure to the sunlight, and this gives you a better handling of all the major operations in the orchard, from thinning to pruning and particularly harvest.
Yeah, so I guess it's an extra step of intensification. Would that be fair to say?
Well, it's interesting because actually, if you look at the number of trees to the hectare, you have a lower, let's say, medium number of trees per hectare, talking about 2,500 roughly. But if you look at the orchard, the intensification is there. I mean, you have a lot of rows. The spacing between the rows is reduced. Class 1 packout is one of the benefits, and the fact that the operations are performed more efficiently compared to a three-dimensional system.
I think that's a big word, efficiency, and the productivity of the labour will increase as a result of everything being nice and close and simple.
Yes, we can achieve more than 200 kilos of pick per hour with a system like that, and reduce also the bruising. So I think it's regards the efficiency of labour.
Yeah, so something well worth considering. Bit of a change of tack there. So Ben, you've been on quite a different end of topics, I guess, talking about building an effective team in the orchard. What for you are the main things to be considering?
Look, the main things when considering building a team is knowing what sort of team you need, and then understanding what good looks like. And that understanding what good looks like doesn't just apply to the team, but the process and your goals that you're trying to achieve within the orchard. So being really defined and clear about what good looks like, and then very defined and clear about how we go about getting there and what everybody's role is on that journey to achieve that.
Yeah, and I think just then inside at the conference here, there was discussion about staff retention and having purpose. Is that a big driver for you?
Oh, definitely, and you know, staff retention is key to productivity increases, and getting the same people doing the same thing time and time again gives them an opportunity to refine their process internally and achieve better results more efficiently for you. And some really, really quick, cheap tips around staff retention, things like appreciating your staff, good, honest, authentic feedback to them. Everyone likes to succeed. I've never met a staff member who turns up in the morning to do a bad job.
Cool, thank you. And there was a question inside that we talked about, you know, what are the opportunities? So you've been on the orchard walks the last week, Alberto, your second time in Australia. So what do you think are the main opportunities for growers out there right now?
Well, I know that in Australia, the land is not a limiting factor, but you should not underestimate the fact that if you use inefficiently your land, you increase the costs of all the other production factors. So, for example, spraying, if you use a large passage between the rows, is wasted more than with an intensive system.
Well, thank you, Alberto. And Ben, what are your thoughts?
A big thing that I've sort of picked up on over the last week and a half is your dependency on your local market. So market diversification and trying to capitalise on the growing jaw, as Jeremy referred to it, on that 4 or 5% into the export market. And you know, if you guys are good at it and that can grow up into 10, 15%, you might get a bit of power back from your local supermarkets as well. But I guess what I see there is, if you guys want to come and compete with me in China and Asia, you're going to have to do a lot better than what you're doing and step your game up, because 60 tonne a hectare is not going to get you there. Cool.
And I guess one more thing, you know, if there's just one thing that growers should focus on for the coming season, obviously systems take time to build, but, you know, we've got a tree we're pruning right now. What should a grower be focusing on for this season to improve that margin?
They should not try to reduce the costs at any means, because sometimes if you reduce the cost of 100 and you lose 120, it's better to do the other way around.
Don't cut corners.
Yeah, so do the job properly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think cost per unit return. It's an income game, not a cost game. I think that's the big one. So thank you both.